All right, how's it going, my Comic Chat Army? We're here today with Drew Ferguson, the creator of Sam and the Talking Gun.
Co-creator, but yeah.
Co-creator, sorry.
You're good.
How's it going, Drew?
Not bad, you?
Doing pretty good. So tell us, how's it going working with your dad?
It's an easier process. You know, you have to send an email to get their attention or something. Like he's, just down the hall for the next 2 months. So if we need to, I can just walk down there, talk to him. We can hash out what we need to, deal with. And plus, he's my dad, so we know each other very well. So I can write scripts in a different way for him than I would for somebody else. And I can be a little bit more casual, like reference something. He knows what I'm talking about.
Right.
So it's a much easier process, I feel like.
All right. How did the idea come about?
This one's not a very interesting story. I just had, in a word, every writer's got this Word document with 1,000 ideas in it. This one was just a talking gun. And that was it. And I was at a day where I was like, I don't know what to write. And so I just looked through the document, found that, and I was like, you know what? Today's the day. So I threw on the Doom soundtrack and I went to work.
Nice. So his gun really doesn't talk. Explain to us why, how you chose the words talking gun. You know what I mean?
I think it was just an interesting title to me. I felt like the title Sam and the Talking Gun, you pick it up and you're like, I want to know what this is about.
All right. So give us the pitch on the story. What's the story about?
So basically, it starts out, you don't quite know what's going on. You just know Sam is going into a building, and it clearly means a lot to him. Gun asks him if he's ready. He clearly is, because the elevator door is open, and, a lot of people die. So, but you learn more as it goes. You learn, his best friend, someone he considers a brother, betrayed him, So he took the last person Sam had left, and Sam obviously wasn't savvy with that.
All right. Now, how many issues are you gonna do?
It's 4 issues. The 4th issue should be coming out in July of this year. Then there's 3 different 4-issue arcs. So it should be 12 issues overall.
Okay. And you're gonna collect all 12 or all 4 in trades?
It'd be cool to collect all 12. We haven't thought that far. I mean, that would be nice. A cool hardcover edition with all 12. That'd be ideal. But first it'll be the collection of 4.
Okay.
3 different collections of 4, I would assume, and then hopefully one day a big collection of 12 will be.
Do a big omnibus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So have you ever tried to draw your own comic?
I have tried before too. I don't have the patience to do that. I wish secretly that I could, but you can write a story much quicker than you can draw a story.
All right. Let's see. Is this the only book that you currently have out?
Currently that I have out, it's the only comic book I have out. Yeah, I've got a short story collection on Amazon called Dreamer. Pretty sure it's called. Pretty sure it's called Dreamer. Yeah.
All right.
With 3 short stories. This is the only comic book I have out right now, but I'm working on a lot of other stuff.
Okay. Or is it all going to come out through Scout?
Not sure yet. Don't have anything lined up yet. So some might come out through Scout, some might come out some other way.
Okay.
We'll see.
And they can request your books through their local comic shop, right?
Yeah, you can request books through the local comic shop. You can go to the Scout Comics website. They've got them all there too. So whatever floats your boat.
All right. Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some questions. Kind of ran through them really quick. How did you pick artists for the variant covers? Did you get to pick, or did Scout?
That one, Stephen Russell Black, super talented dude. Did that cover right there. For number 1, he does a lot of Scout variant covers, so that was just one that Scout just lined him up with us, and that was good to go.
Okay.
Every other one is my dad, Ferguson. Did all the other covers thus far.
So was your dad your first choice for your artist?
Yeah, this was one we were working on another book actually. We'd like to do sometime, but we're not sure on that one. It's a much longer thing, and you don't know how long you do that stuff in comics. So Sam, we knew was a self-contained story. We knew it had an ending, so we decided to do that instead. I had this written. I just threw him the first script, and I was like, "Does this suck?" And he read it, and he was like, "No, it doesn't suck. I want to draw it." So it worked out.
So how did you get the book to Scout?
We'd already known James Hake at Scout for a few years. We were pretty good friends, so it was a pretty natural thing. Like James was, pitch us whatever you got. We'd love to publish a book. So we gave him Sam, and he loved it. So it worked out pretty well there.
Right.
I'm very grateful for Scout.
That was a very quick pitch meeting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think Dad was on the phone with him and was like, "So we got this book called Sam and the Talking Gun." James was like, "What?"
Oh yeah, a lot of people say nothing but great things about working with Scout.
Yeah, it's been a nice experience for sure.
All right.
Just a friendly group of folks.
Oh yeah, it's creator owned, so it makes it a little easier and a little better.
Everybody knows the game there, at Scout. Everybody's on the same page. We know, everybody there is creative for the most part. Publishers, they also have their own books. James has his own books, so we all know the game.
All right. Are you doing any recent signings or any Comic Cons you're attending to?
We have the free comic book day here at Cool Comics and Games. Me and my dad.
Alright.
August. I'm not sure when that is. August something. It's in August.
Yeah.
Free comic book day changed this year, so I don't know. But other than that, I don't have any cons scheduled right now. But I would like to hit some cons either late this year or early next year. Would be nice. By the time the Sam paperback comes out, it'd be cool to have a table with Sam there.
When's the paperback supposed to come out? Do y'all have a date yet?
Yeah, sure. The 4th issue's the end of July. I think usually it's a 3-month gap between that, but I can't say for sure. It'll probably be late this year, fall or winter this year. I would expect the Sam paperback out.
All right. And when you put out a book, do you get to pick the release date, or does Scout tell you, hey?
No, they fit it into wherever, like Scout. They've got their books lined up for a bit in the future. Yeah, they just sort of the schedule when they have time for it on that one.
Okay. And do you have to have, how many issues do you have to have ahead before you present it to Scout?
So Sam was a little bit different because we'd already known James, so we had a bit of an in there. So Sam, most books at Scout, I believe, are more completed before they start getting published than Sam was. Sam, my dad, was kind of under the gun deadline-wise. But to pitch at Scout, last I looked, this was like probably 6 months ago or so, you need a story synopsis, like an outline, like a pitch document basically. 6 pages of fully penciled, colored, inks, lettered art, and a cover. That was the last I checked, but I'm not sure. Like right now, It should be on their website. They should have a submissions place on their website at scoutcomics.com.
All right, I'm going to show them your dad's art. So have you had any fights or anything with your dad
really,
while
no.
working on the book?
We hashed it out pretty well. Like, there's a lot of things, I've got an idea, and then, he's the artist. He comes at it from a very different angle. He's got a different idea. But usually we can, talk it out and we come to the same conclusion that one of these ideas is better than the other. And, it's pretty nice there. Especially, like, because we're in the same house, we can talk face to face. Things aren't really lost over email or a phone call, Because there's little nuances that are lost then. So we don't have that problem, really.
All right, does he do it digitally or
Yeah, digitally, yep.
pen and paper?
Mm-hmm. Digitally, the whole way for Sam. Covers, yeah, all the things are digital. This is the first book he's actually like fully colored himself, like penciled ink colored, all the art there. It's my dad.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, the art's amazing. Like, I couldn't tell that it was digital.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm going to show him. Random page of number 2.
He killed it on that. I love that one, especially with the lights in Vancouver there.
So do you have
So
a
nice.
favorite page out of the books?
Man, that's hard. It's hard to find a page that is not a spoiler too, but I love.
Right.
Yeah. Issue number 1. I love the splash.
Yes.
Quite a bit. That one makes me happy on the inside.
I like how y'all did a little story, then incorporated the name of the book
Yeah.
and the scene.
The title page, yeah. I mean, everything here felt a little contained. Like, they're in a building, so all this stuff feels more contained. But once you get to that big open splash, it's like a breath. You can take a breath in. It was nice. Issue 2. I really do like that page, I think, that you already showed. That's one of my favorites from this page. I have a favorite page from this one, but it's very much a spoiler. I don't want to show that one.
Did you keep any pages for yourself to put on your wall or anything?
Not yet. I mean, they're all digital, so there's none
that's
of them.
right.
Yeah. I could print one out, I guess. You could print out like a full-size one. That might be cool.
Did you keep any copies for yourself?
Yeah, but I've got a ton of copies of number 1 from the comics we get. So we had so many variants, you could sort them out. For each variant cover, so I've got a bunch of those for cons. But other than that, I've got, I think, 10 of number 2 and 20 number 3.
Nice.
Keep one for myself of all of them, but...
Let's see. And I lost my question. What was I going to tell you?
I do it when I'm writing, too. It's not great.
Right.
You're like, I had this cool idea, now I don't remember what it was.
How is it seeing your comic book come to life from the page all the way to we just seen it
It's
right over there on the rack?
It's a weird experience because it lives in your head for so long, and it feels like it's in your head. Nobody else can see it, So then when you actually start seeing it, you see the breakdowns, and you're like, man, this is starting to come to life. And you see it, colors, you see it lettered, and then you actually can hold it in your hand. It's a weird feeling. It doesn't quite hit you every time, Like it feels like you had some weird dream in your head, but once you see it physically, it's special.
So is this your part-time job, full-time job? Or?
Part-time, yeah. Otherwise, I do work at Scout Comics.
Oh, that's right, yeah. All right. So tell us about your daily duties at Scout that you can talk about.
Yeah. I don't know if I can talk about one of them. The title boxes I know they've talked about, so a lot of it's I'm bagging, boarding comics, different Scout comics, throwing them in these cool custom title boxes for each one, and they sell those, Otherwise, it's just sort of assembly. I just, I bag and board comics, I bag and board some other stuff they have. Throw stickers on things, a lot of stickers. The sticker
A lot of
job.
stickers. Yeah.
Love me some stickers.
Who else did you get to work on the book with y'all?
DC Hopkins, fantastic letterer, like super cool dude too. He's super nice. Yeah. Scout recommended him for the lettering on this. He's lettered some other stuff for James Hake at Scout. I don't know exactly what he's lettered for him, but I know him and James have, worked together before, so James recommended him to us. I've had no problems with the guy. He is super talented.
And are y'all the first or second father-son duo at Scout? I know Andrea and his son.
Right. I don't know when their book came out. Yeah, Andrea, yeah. Actually, the editor
I don't know
on
his
Sam.
son's name. I just interviewed Andrea last week.
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
They told me about it.
I don't know if theirs came out before ours or not, but yeah, 2 father-son duos at Scout.
Have y'all thought about teaming up and putting out a book together?
Not yet, no. That'd be interesting though, yeah. A lot of, family power.
Right, because you could write it, your dad could draw it, Andrea could edit it. I'm not sure what his son does.
I think his son might be an artist. I don't remember what his son does on that book. That's The Last Shepherd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
picked it up.
no, The Shepherd.
The Shepherd?
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. Not the last.
Right. So we got about 10 more minutes. Let's see. So where'd you grow up? If you've lived here in Florida your whole life?
So I was born in Ohio, from Ohio. I lived there until, I think it was first grade. Not kindergarten. I had been in first grade, so I was like, I don't know, what, 6? What do you in first grade? 6, 7? Something like that?
Right.
I don't remember school. After that, we moved to Florida, lived in Cape Coral most of my life. So.
All right.
Much hotter here.
Hell yeah. I hate summer here.
It's either hot and raining or hot and not raining. Those are your 2 seasons, it seems like.
Yeah.
You get a week of nice, cool weather, and that's it.
Yep. Let's see. So where does issue 2 pick up?
So issue 1, issue 2 picks up. Well, issue 2 is pretty flashback heavy. That one you're sort of understanding Sam a little bit more. So issue 1 hits fast. Like it starts fast. It starts with an action scene. Then you get to know Sam and Colt a little bit more, and Sam's grandpa. Then big twist happens towards the end of number 1, and Sam's unconscious. And issue number 2 sort of picks up after the flashback of Sam number 1. I mean, it's Sam, he was drugged by Colt, so he's sort of, reconstructing his brain a little bit there. So you're sort of running through Sam's life as he sees it, and understanding why he's doing what he's doing and why it means so much to him.
Okay. Why did y'all pick the color schemes that you did? Or that's probably a question for your dad, but why white and red? I see all the covers.
So the covers were to keep pretty simple. White and red or black and red,
there we go.
they really pop in a way kind of like a movie poster would, So we felt like that sort of stood off the shelves. Red specifically, we wanted to use, like there's certain panels, I see number 1. Certain things are colored all, right? Like the particularly violent things. Like, all those gun shooting like that there. That one, straight white, shooting through a guy to shoot other people. We wanted to color those, pretty specifically in a certain way so you understand this is a bad thing Sam is doing. Sam's not a hero. Sam's not a good guy. He's doing some things that are damaging to himself and other people. We wanted to put that across in the book there, like the particularly violent or harmful things that Sam is doing. We felt like the color should reflect that.
That's very different that you not put out like a hero as your couldn't even think today. You didn't put out a hero as your first first comic book.
I think I feel like Sam, and you understand where Sam's coming from, and you empathize with him. But it's also killing a lot of people. You guys know these people. People might be bad people. People might just be people trying to get by. But Sam puts an end to them because they're in his way.
Does it explain why he does what he does?
Yeah. Yep. Issue number 2. Issue 1, you sort of see why Sam and Colt have some pretty serious beef, and then number 2 and number 3 extrapolate on Sam and Colt's relationship quite a bit, and you understand why they were so close and why what Colt did really just Sam could not jive with.
So who's this guy we got on the cover with Sam?
Number 3, that is just there's a flashback with Sam and Colt on a job in Japan, and that dude with the double katanas there was someone that they had a tough time with. Left a lasting impression on Colt, specifically.
Definitely. I'm going to read this as soon as I'm done with this interview so I can see what's going on. Did you do any variants for 2?
No variants for anything but number 1, but we might do some, like for the next 4 issue series, we're probably going to do some more variants for those, like each issue. We might not do 5 variants for the first issue, we might split those up over, multiple issues, keep them. Because number 1, if you want all those variants, it's a lot of number 1s you're buying. But
yes.
You got different, you got different variants for each one, then, all your money's not in the same place.
I agree with that. So did you get to pick who done the variants? or
That was Stephen Russell Black, the only variant other than my dad.
Which one?
Yeah, that's
This
the
one?
one right there. Yep.
and this one's your dad?
Yeah, all the other covers are my dad.
All right.
Every single one.
Got that one?
That one I haven't seen many of either. That one seems to be pretty rare.
So did y'all do a limited print run on any of the covers?
Yeah, all the variants have much more limited than this was the default cover for number 1. All the variants have a lot less copies printed. Some of them are exclusive to certain comic shops. Like
Yeah.
I think that one with Cold Face. I don't remember what comic shop that's exclusive to, but that is. We've got the CBSN exclusive one.
Yep, that's the comic shops.
Mhm.
I'll leave the link to all of them down in the description for y'all.
I think the Stephen Russell Black one was the Scout Web Store variant then.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to direct anybody to your social medias or say
Yeah.
anything before we go?
I guess on Twitter, it's at DrewMFerguson. Instagram, it's either at. I should
Yeah.
better my socials.
You should make them all the same thing.
I should, yeah. I made them at different points too, which is not helpful for me. Instagram has got to be either Drew Ferguson or at Weapon Excellent. Weapon and then Excellent without the E in front, like Weapon X. I thought
Alright.
that was funny to me when I was 12.
I'll put them all down in the comments. Do you use Facebook?
Not particularly, no. I have a Facebook and I'm on there a little bit, but I'm not on it too often.
All right. Well,
Mostly Twitter.
Well, thank you for taking the time to come talk with us, Drew.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
It's a good time.
Thank